On the other side, you've got Georgetown law professor Paul Butler, who had this response to a caller on NPR who descended from Confederate veterans.
I think we need to focus on gun control and not be sidetracked by this. But I'm not somebody who thinks the battle flag should stay there, but I certainly honor my ancestors.
I have no respect for your ancestors. As far as your ancestors are concerned, I shouldn't be a law professor at Georgetown. I should be a slave. That's why they fought that war. I don't understand what it means to be proud of a legacy of terrorism and violence. Last week at this time, I was in Israel. The idea that a German would say, that thing we did called the Holocaust, that was wrong, but I respect the courage of my Nazi ancestors, that wouldn't happen. The reason people can say what you said in the United States is because, again, black life just doesn't matter to a lot of people.
And joining me now is Paul Butler, Georgetown professor of law at Georgetown University. And Paul, I was really struck by the kind of frank honesty of that response, but it gets to the heart of the matter. Do you think we are now having the conversation we should be, or is the sort of move against the flag happening with such rapidity that it's actually papering over the actual substance of the issue?
It's a necessary conversation, Chris, but it's kind of surreal that it's necessary. I really was expected to provide a list of reasons about why I don't respect people who thought my ancestors were property. That's bizarre. Just like it's bizarre that there has to be a special convening of the legislature in South Carolina to debate whether to take down a racist flag. The fact that we have to have that debate, again, is evidence that black lives just don't matter that much. Some people agree with me on the merits, but they said it was rude to say that I don't respect that woman's ancestors. So let me get this right. A white person says to a black person, I honor the people who wanted your ancestors to be slaves. That's fine. A black person says, I don't honor those people. That's rude. Again, that's white privilege all over again. And it goes to a larger issue that when black people talk to white people about white supremacy, we're supposed to be loving and forgiving. The problem is love and forgiveness are not productive in American politics. That's not how social change is achieved. You could do it through organizing, you could do it through electoral politics, you could take it to the streets, but being nice in the face of white supremacy does not advance racial justice.
It sounds. Have you been getting a lot of blowback from this particular moment? Because I saw it really did blow up, but I think because of the sort of frank honesty of it. Have you been targeted for it?
A tremendous amount of support, and again, a lot of people who thought that I wasn't respectful enough to this white woman who really was an ally. She gets it. In a part you didn't play, she said that she thought that the flag should come down. And Chris, that made me think of all these people who are doing the right thing, well-intentioned white folks in Charleston who are marching with the protesters to take down the flag. But get this, the terrorists chose Charleston because it used to be the center of African-American life in South Carolina. In 1980, the city was 50% black. Today, it's 2/3 white. Black people got pushed out of the city. They got pushed out of opportunity. So I think a lot of the good white people who think that the flag should come down don't understand their relationship with white supremacy. They don't get how they benefit from gentrification, from denying opportunities to black people.
There are so many taboos and niceties around all of this, and it has struck me the emphasis on civility. I think there's some real value in maybe being less concerned about civility.
And Chris, where I really learned that was in Israel, because we all know they've got lots of problems. I went to dinner with a Palestinian law professor